All right, I saw this story. It infuriated me. I saw this story this morning and it makes no sense, but I'm going to talk about it. Cam Newton rumors. Of all the teams in the league, guess where the Cam Newton rumors are? Not a bad team that could use his dynamic flair and athleticism. Not a team that doesn't really know who their quarterback is. Not a team who has a quarterback that needs to get pushed. Nope, here's the latest rumor today. The Seattle Seahawks would be open to adding Cam Newton. Once again, absolute nonsense and disrespect for Russell Wilson. A, Russell Wilson never gets hurt. Why spend $1 on a backup? 2, Seattle's a Super Bowl potential roster. Why bring in a celebrity backup? And 3, Russell Wilson is a workaholic. He doesn't need to be pushed. Where Cam fits, of course, is in Pittsburgh, where Big Ben is often hurt. Big Ben is not a workaholic. Big Ben is always limping, where Big Ben needs to be pushed. And frankly, the backups in Pittsburgh are not very good. I saw another rumor yesterday. This made the interweb. Seahawks rumored to have offered Russell Wilson to the Browns via a trade back in 2018. Russell Wilson for picks? Can you imagine the mayhem today if the story came out that Aaron Rodgers was about to be traded to the Browns? Can you imagine what that would do? How people would be outraged? Can you imagine if Russell Wilson was rumored today to be traded, or Big Ben was rumored to be traded to Cleveland? Oh my God, Big Ben would pout for a year. Big Ben, his drama. But every time there's a rumor about Russell Wilson, Cam Newton today, yesterday he was going to get traded to the Browns, the ESPN article that slammed him, not a peep. Not an ounce of drama. This would literally unravel a Packers season. This would unravel Big Ben. But you know what Pittsburgh does that Seattle doesn't? Pittsburgh, even though Ben is hurt, even though Ben doesn't work hard in the offseason, even though Ben is overly dramatic, even though Ben struggles with a lot of teammates, the Steelers' ownership and general manager and coach are always in his corner. And stories like this, true or not, would never get out. In the last 2 days, 2 stories. We wanted to trade Russell, and why not bring in Cam? Absolute nonsense. That Russell Wilson once again has to deal with this crap. They wouldn't do this in Pittsburgh. Though Cam in Pittsburgh makes a ton of sense. Big Ben needs to be poked, needs to be pushed. Big Ben gets hurt. The back's up horrible. And Big Ben and Cam, their games have a lot of similarities. Russell Wilson's game has no similarity. He's not distracted. He's not hot and cold. He's not inefficient. He doesn't need attention. Russell Wilson was on our show recently talking about Michael Jordan's documentary. Here's Russell Wilson.
He has this unbelievable competitive edge, this unmatchable competitive edge that, I want to bring to the field every single time I play. When teams see me in the fourth quarter, when I'm walking on the field, they already know. I want them to anticipate what's going to happen. I want them to feel that before I even walk onto the field. What Michael was able to do is, it wasn't that he wasn't positive. He was just positively sure what it took to be great. I think, some people, communicate differently. To me, at the end of the day, though, you have to be consistent. What makes a great player, a great leader, a great leader, or a great father is they're consistent every day.
That's the guy you want to trade to Cleveland? That's the guy you want to potentially inhibit bringing Cam in? Pete Carroll should come out today, John Snyder should come out today and either refute these stories, be embarrassed about them, or maybe try supporting Russell Wilson like Pittsburgh does to the severely more flawed Big Ben. So Goulet came up with a topic this morning. And the topic is, our last 3 MVP leaders in the clubhouse came out of nowhere. Patrick Mahomes didn't play his first year until week 17. Following year, he owns the league. Don't tell me you thought he was going to be runaway MVP. Nobody did. Before him, Carson Wentz was having an MVP season. Week 10, he got hurt. He was going to win the MVP. His first season, good in September, ugly after that. Lamar Jackson last year, it was his second year. First year, didn't play for the first 10 weeks, did week 11, dynamic, but when the Chargers got a second look at him, yeah, they figured him out. So 3 straight quarterbacks had bumpy, didn't play, played poorly, hot and cold, kind of marginalized, and then explode. Meaning, give these kids a second chance, a second opportunity, some confidence. They can watch their film. They get a little bit of a preseason. And so there are 6 quarterbacks that fall into this category. It is their second year. And before you roll your eyes, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, Drew Lock, Jarrett Stidham, and Gardner Minshew. Some of them put up pretty good numbers. Gardner Minshew, 21 TDs, 6 picks. That's pretty good. Kyler Murray, 20 TDs, 12 picks. Did you know that Daniel Jones, 24 TDs, 12 picks? These guys are completing over 60% of their throws. They all appear, as a pure pocket passer, to be better than Lamar. They're all getting more snaps than Patrick Mahomes. And frankly, they don't appear to get hurt much like Carson Wentz. If I had to bet today, who would I bet pops this year and either wins the MVP or is in the running for it? So let me start eliminating people. I'm going to eliminate Gardner Minshew. This is a team award. Let's be honest, the Jags are tanking. I do think he's undervalued as a player. Gardner Minshew, I think, is more talented than Case Keenum, less of an arm than Baker Mayfield, but shares some of the same qualities. So I would get rid of Gardner Minshew. I would also get rid of Jarrett Stidham. New England has a conservative system. New England's system's not built for the quarterback. The division's tougher. And frankly, he's got no weapons and no veteran tight end. I think it's asking way too much for Jarrett Stidham with few snaps to walk into a tougher division, Buffalo's defense, Jets defense, and Brian Flores of Miami's a defensive coach, and to rack up big numbers. I'll now eliminate Dwayne Haskins. First of all, the Redskins are turning over their roster and have an entirely new staff. I worry about maturity issues. He frankly just didn't play enough in college. I think it's a grow year, not an explode year. And I do think at some point in this season, Washington will make a decision on him. He's a big, strong kid who can throw accurately. I'm hopeful. Let me eliminate a kid that I undervalued. He's really better than I thought, Daniel Jones. New coach, new system, new coordinator. Also, think he doesn't have nearly the support that Dak and Dallas do in the roster or Wentz in Philadelphia does. I think they have the 3rd best roster. After Chase Young to Washington, maybe 4. It's also Saquon Barkley's team. If they win, he'll be engineering it. But I do think he's better than I thought. I don't see an MVP in his future. It comes down to Kyler Murray and Drew Lock. I'm going to eliminate Kyler Murray. It's a team award. The division's ridiculous. Seattle is stacked with a Hall of Fame quarterback and coach. San Francisco's stacked everywhere. And frankly, we consider the Rams to be down. They went 9-7 and didn't get any injury breaks. Let me concentrate on Drew Lock. Most of you didn't watch him because Denver was bad early. He started 5 games, he won 4. He had over a 2-to-1 touchdown ratio, that with a bad left tackle. He completed 64% of his throws. And here's what I like. He's got a young tight end. That's a position in the NFL that struggles in year 1 named Noah Fant. I think Noah Fant's going to be a star. Iowa does that with NFL guys. Noah Fant, star tight end. Really matters for young quarterbacks. He also has a great young receiver that you don't know much about from SMU named Cortland Sutton. He had a great first year, 1,100 yards. They drafted 2 wide receivers to support him, one of them my favorite in the draft, Jerry Jeudy. They also, by adding Melvin Gordon, have 2 borderline Pro Bowl level running backs. They went out during the offseason, made their defense better, and I don't even worry about that with Vic Fangio. Bradley Chubb comes back off an injury, Jarrell Casey, and A.J. Bouye. And although the division has the Kansas City Chiefs, what do we really know about Tyrod Taylor, Anthony Lynn, and the Chargers going forward? They may make a quarterback change if Justin Herbert blows them away midseason. And Oakland/Vegas, you don't win 8, 9, 10 games when you change cities. It just doesn't work that way, and they still can't stop anybody. My guess is Drew Lock is going to explode for Denver this year. A young star tight end, a young star receiver, 2 receivers in the draft. I don't love their left tackle situation. Bradley Chubb back, a division in which they can win double digits. They can beat Kansas City at home, and a kid who got very, very little attention last year because, like a Mahomes, he just didn't play much but won 4 of 5. I'm going to bet on Drew Lock. That is my bet. Way to go. I really like that job you did there, Goulet. It was a good topic.